Thanks again for joining. So I wanted to make a very short video on corporate finance. Many of you are wondering, okay, corporate finance, what is it all about? We learn so many formulas, there are so many different things, equity, debt, M&A. What is corporate finance all about? In general, when we look from a academic part, thinking about, okay, how can we split corporate finance into pieces and provide more context? Usually corporate finance consists of three parts. First one, it's called capital budgeting. And this is a process of planning and managing a firm's long-term activities. In what long-lived assets should you invest? Which line of businesses or operating units do you want to enter? What machinery, production equipment do you need? How do you invest, and so on. So here we are really concerned with net present value, internal rate on return, cost of capital to make investment decisions. It's all about investing your capital. The second one is about capital structure. And here the main focus is, okay, how should we finance the firm's operations? More debt, less debt, how? And how can we raise money for investment needs? Here we talk about equity, we talk about debt, and again, when you combine, we come to this later, cost of capital. Second part. And then the third part of corporate finance, it's all about working capital. Yeah? And here we talk about the amount of money available for day-to-day operations. Yeah, capital budgeting long-term, capital structure, how your operations are financed, and then working capital is more short-term focus. How should short-term operating cash flows be managed? How would you collect customer payments? When would you pay suppliers? That's all about working capital. Here focus is on current assets, current liabilities, talk about cash conversion cycle, and so on. These are the three main areas in corporate finance. If you look at the balance sheet again, liabilities plus shareholders' equity, and here assets, current liabilities, long-term debt, and shareholders' equity. Doesn't matter if I call it shareholders' equity or just equity. And here, current assets and fixed assets. And what we see, just to make it easier to remember, is capital budgeting. Here, it's all about this. Capital structure, Capital structure is all about this mix of long-term debt and shareholders' equity. And then, as you can guess, working capital is all about current assets and current liabilities. Yeah, so this is how we can look at corporate finance. Just an overview. We will go into more detail on each of those areas. Thanks so much for joining. Talk to you later.